All right, here's one thing I wanted to point out. Everybody's seen these. You can get them from Univair or Spruce or whatever, the plastic for some of the factory size cutout holes. This is a teardrop for the pulley comes out of the top of the wing. If you look at this, it has sort of a little ridge across it that would be the top, and the flat part would be the bottom. I don't know how they may just burn these out or whatever, but there's like a lip on it. And when you're trying to glue this down, if you have that lip pointing up, when you put your fabric over it, it's going to try to bridge all the time. I like to take a razor and just shave that edge that's sticking up. That would keep it from getting a good solid. It's enough that you can catch it with your thumb. I just take and shave that off. That gets it good and flat, and that way when you bed it down in the glue, it's a good flat surface. That's just it ain't a flaw. It's just something when they make it on one side there's an edge, and I like to shave those off. All right, this is the way I normally put the teardrop reinforcement on, and on a J3. The best thing to do before you start, you know, this was cut out a little bit to put the fabric down. This will be cut out and enlarged later. But if you can have your aileron mounted at some point and do measurements and let your cable run inside to where it goes onto the lift strut, that way you know just where this needs to be, that this cable's just going to barely miss that and get clearance. They're always tilted just a little bit the way this is kind of set up. Mark everything out. This part, the center hole, I usually cut it out so it'll lay flat. Got the outside marks. This has got 2 coats of thin glue that is soaked in, and then you glue your reinforcement down. I'm gonna come back with some glue, and sometimes I'll go with just a little bit thicker glue, but the way I normally do these, try to stay inside the line best I can, and unless it's really, really hot outside and it's just too fast for you, then you may have to do it through the fabric. But if it's cool enough like it is now, this will still stay wet. And I get a good liberal coat over the whole thing, and it's interacting with that base that was already down. AirTech, you know, when you hit new glue to it, it activates the other glue. But I lay me a bed down. This piece has actually got a little more wrinkled than what I like to see. Looking straight down on it, I do the flat surface first. Unlike the inspection plates, I'm not worried about the center mashing this in, because I'm gonna cut that out for inspection to be able to see in when you take the cover off. But I do that side first. Then I take this little angle in with my fingernail, and that pulls that slack in to not have that little void around the side as best I can. And then I go around it, and it pretty well lays right into that glue. If you get a little wrinkles like these, you can come back with an iron turned really low and take one out, but normally they'll lay out pretty well. The glue looked like it was trying to dry a little. And then I come right back in with thin glue and run one more layer over it. And when that dries, I'll put possibly one more thin layer, and watch your edges. I can see that bottom there not really laying down good. Keep your glue all the way to the ends, because those will be the ends of the pink tape or the pinked edge that will stand up on you. So go just a little bit past it. All right, and that's got a good layer all the way around. Don't see any places that it's up. And like I said, we're not worried about the inside, because I'll end up cutting that out. And that way you can work your cables and stuff through. But that's where I normally put them on. This piece was a little more wrinkled. I may have picked it up off the floor or something to cut that piece out. But you can take the tip of an iron if you got one that's just really, you know, messed up, because we'll end up taking an iron on the very tips of these and just kind of smearing outward to lay all those down.